No Odegaard, no Saka, no Timber, no problem, right? Discuss after this.
And it goes from Wilshere. It's going to fall here for Alexis Sanchez. What a finish! Fantastic finish by Alexis Sanchez.
Welcome to episode 37 of the Clock Enders podcast. I'm your host, Reginald Dino. Coming off a frustrating loss to not a very good team, if you ask me. The pundits gave this team a whole bunch of praise yesterday for beating Arsenal. But if you break down the stats and if you watch the game and break down the stats, Bournemouth are awful. They're shit, to be fair. And I don't know if it's just Arsenal hate, where anytime they lose to anybody they shouldn't lose to, it's the biggest deal in the world. And this people were acting like this was prime Barcelona. Bournemouth was prime Barcelona. If you look at the stats, they were awful. They were a man up for 60 minutes. And look at the stats after those 60 minutes. Awful. Not taking anything away from their win. It's one of the most famous wins in their whole history of their club. It should tell you a lot. But not taking anything away from that. But guys, come on. I know it's Arsenal that lost, so we got to pile on Arsenal. All the non-Arsenal fans, we got to pile on. All the pundits got to pile on. All the commentators got to pile on. I get it. You hate Arsenal. It's fine. At some point, we got to say, relax. We're talking about Bournemouth here. Relax, everybody. Again, no disrespect, but league table doesn't lie. Look where that win brought them to 10th in the league. So where were they before? I didn't even look. I should have looked. Where were they before? The table doesn't lie. Okay. Anyways, guys, another episode. I'm not going to give excuses. I'm going to give a couple of reasons. I'm not going to give excuses. My reasons might sound like excuses. That's up to you. The first way I look at this loss is, well, we should, from now on, actually, I'm going to be watching teams that come back after international break and how they perform. Because there's a discrepancy between the amount of players on one team that go represent their country because they're excellent players, and then when you play a team at the caliber of Bournemouth, who only have maybe 4 or 5 or 6 players that go away for international duty, and out of the 4 or 5 or 6 players that go, 3 of them don't even play. So the benefit of having only 6 of your players go, 7 of your players go, and 3, 4, 5 don't even see any action in the 2 games with the international break, it is kind of a benefit. It's a benefit for clubs that don't have a lot of players that go on international breaks to be with the team and be able to practice for 2 weeks. No games, you can rest a little. The manager has pretty much his whole team to manage and teach. When a team like Arsenal has 12 players gone, 12 and 10 probably first team players gone. And now I got to call up 18-year-olds and under 23-year-olds just to fill up the numbers for the guys that didn't get called up. The Sterlings, the Ben Whites who refused a call up to England. And then have them come back, have them play a game on Tuesday, have them come back on Wednesday, training Thursday, game Saturday. I don't know. Calafiori gone for international break. Trossard gone for international break. Martinelli gone for international break. Gabriel gone for international break. Saliba gone for international break. Declan Rice gone for international break. Saka gone for international break. Havard said no. Thank God. Ben White didn't get called in. Odegaard's injured from international break. Saka's injured from international break. Mourinho, international break. Gone for international break. How many starters have I just named that are gone? When you're playing against a team that only had 2 starters go for international break. And again, the guy who scored the first goal, Ryan Christie, didn't play for Scotland. He didn't play. Or he didn't play in at least in one of the games. So from now on, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna watch. After international break, we'll see what teams do what. I know a lot of other teams have. Man City has a lot of teams that go away. And look what they did against Wolves today. Struggled. And I'm still hearing excuses. Rodri's not playing, so we're not to say. Don't get me started on that. David Raya gone, an international break. Kiwi are gone, an international break. I'm not making excuses, but there are reasons. There are reasons. I think Nathan Nwari even went on under 21, I believe. That being said, Arsenal didn't deserve to win the game. They still should have won. They didn't deserve to win. They didn't play well at all. Didn't play well at all, but still should have won. The lineup that Mikel Arteta, and I get what Mikel Arteta is doing. He did it before as well, and we struggled. Yeah, big week coming up. Yeah, champions. So you bring back your international players, probably get them back in training on Thursday. Friday is probably just a walkthrough. Saturday you play. Sunday's a rest day. Monday you get back at it. It's probably just a walkthrough again because you play Tuesday Champions League, and then Sunday you got Liverpool at the Emirates. So where are you going to find these? You have to rest these guys. Where are you going to find rest for these guys? You're going to find rest for these guys when you're playing a team that's Bournemouth level. That's where you're going to find the rest. And that's when the Sterlings, and we did it against Southampton as well. Because we have to find rest for these guys. Some of the guys, the games before the international break, these guys are going on international break. And when they get back, we got 3 big games. You have to find them rest. Kind of didn't backfire against Southampton, but there was some times where it's just like, oh my God, get these guys off and put on the players. And when they did that, jam done. And again, you have to do it again. You have to start Sterling. Leave Martinelli on the bench. We're going to need him for either Champions League or Liverpool. We need him. Saka, if you any little twinge, you wake up in the morning and your teeth hurt, you're not playing. Which is what happened. Looking to try to get Odegaard back. We've lost creativity in our midfield, trying to get that back. Urian Timber's probably our best left-right back. You pick whichever side you want. He's probably the best one on our team. He's injured. Again, Tomiyasu's injured again. This is a tough time in the season, and everyone's going to say it's still early, Reggie. It's still early, but this is the time of the season last year where we lost the league. We drew Fulham at home, and those are the 2 points we lost the league by, and a loss to, I think that was Aston Villa at the end of the season as well. So the advantage of all those international games, it's on the teams, the Evertons, the Bournemouths, the Southamptons. Don't have a lot of players that go on international break. It's their benefit. And you'll see the cream rise to the top when the international break is over. There's one more left for the year. And then we don't see another one until March, I believe. So one more for the year. And it's next month, I believe. So I think we play Liverpool, play another game, play a Champions League game, play another game, and then it's another 2 weeks off. And then that's it for the year. So for another 4 months, we won't see an international break. That's when you're going to see the cream rise to the top, especially during that Christmas period. If your team's not deep, good luck to you. Saw another red card in the game, William Saliba. I don't know what Trossard's doing. I don't know if he was trying to play that all the way back to Raya. Didn't come close to him. Red card. And I knew as soon as I saw him take away the yellow and give him a red, I knew 1000%. I knew it. Should have recorded this yesterday because I would have said it. I would have looked like a freaking genius. I said the exact same incident is going to happen in either the Manchester City game or the Liverpool game, and it's just going to be a yellow card. VAR is going to look at it and say, no, it was just a coming together. Just give him a yellow. And true enough, I turned on the TV for the Chelsea-Liverpool game. It's the first thing I saw. Change the TV to the channel that the game was on. It's the first thing I saw. when the Chelsea defender took down Diego Jota at center, and it was just a yellow card. Because the pundits got out their measuring tape and said, okay, well, that other player was in enough space that he could catch up to it, so it should only be a yellow. It's not the same as yesterday's because there's no one coming over. How do you know? That ball was bending towards Ben White yesterday. He probably would have got there before the defender, before the striker. But anyways, even going down into 10, I was just like, okay, who cares? And then 2 seconds later, I realized he's not going to be available for Liverpool. And what are we going to do? So you're looking at, okay, Ben White has to go into the middle and play with Gabriel. Only if Jurrien Timber is available. He's got Calafiori, Ben White, Gabriel, Timber. I'll go to war with that. Not a problem. I'll go to war with that. But if Jurrien Timber is not available, I think we have to put Partey back there. And that's not what I want to see. If we put Partey back there, that means Jorginho has to play. This one red card is tough. And it's a third red card of the season. I think we're starting to get that reputation again when we had Granit Xhaka, whose half of his red cards were not deserved, in my opinion. If any other player, any other team does anything like that, it's not even a card or at most a yellow. So I don't think referees, the corrupt referees association, is going to give Arsenal the benefit of any doubt. How they see it is how they see it. You want to downgrade a red to a yellow, they'll never do it. You want to upgrade a yellow to a red, can't wait to do it. They can't wait to do it. So, in all honesty, if you're asking me as a defender, it's a tough ball to get played back to you because you're not expecting it because the player that you're marking is right in front of you. Why are you passing me this ball? Actually, you know what, guys? To be on all honesty, I did this. I did this in a final. Our last final that we had just a couple of weeks ago. I did not see the striker. And I passed it back to our center back, and they didn't score. Our center back actually got the ball, but it was just like, holy, I didn't even see him. So I at that level where Trossard's playing it back to him, I don't know. Maybe he didn't see him. I can believe he didn't see him because I don't know why he would play it if he did. But yeah, it's been done. It's been done. So we had to bring him down, and it's a red card. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying referee screwed up. It's a red card. Okay, fine. It's just that I know, and I said it when it happened. I know there's a couple of defenders in the league that it would never be a red. It would be a yellow. It would be a coming together of the two players. There's nothing the defender could have done. I know there is, and I saw it today. Liverpool, Chelsea. I saw it today. The commentators are trying to, it's not the same. It's not the same as yesterday. It's not the same as, it's 100% the same as yesterday. Not excuses, reasons. Going back to Bournemouth, getting all the praise. Arsenal were in 10 for 60 minutes. They got a total of 4 shots on target. Arsenal had more passing stats and more possession at the end of the game. But if you were to hear the commentators and the pundits after the game, you would think, again, it's prime Barcelona, midfield, Busquets, Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, up top, Etu. Like, calm down, man. They were up a man, and they were still just hoofing the ball up the field whenever they got it. And they were up a man. Everybody calm down. Every team goes through a game like this. Look, Wolves had the greatest team ever to play in the EPL, Man City, 1-1 up until 95 minutes. Is it the international break hangover again? I don't know. Maybe. Didn't watch the game. We'll never wake up that early to watch Man City. Manchiti. We'll never do it. So I hope the disrespect would be just as loud as Arsenal if City had tied or lost. It wouldn't have been. it would have been, oh, you can't win every game. Oh, yeah, they have had a great run, undefeated, 33 games, undefeated. It's a great run. It had to come to win it. That's what you would get. But when it happens to Arsenal, the hate just piles on from everybody, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And the last thing I'm going to say about the benefit of the international break for some teams, if you look at the amount of games that we've played, we're a month and a half into the season. There's some players on Arsenal that have played probably 13 games already, 14 games, including Champions League, including league games, including international games. Declan Rice plays 90 minutes both games. Trossard plays 90 minutes both games. Calafiori 90 minutes. Gabriel 90 minutes. Some guys have played 15 games already, versus some players have only played 8. When the end of the season comes and you're looking at certain players, some players have played 70 games. And then there's going to be some players that only played 32 or 37, whatever it is, 34. There's some players that have played double the amount of games you've played. Why are you fresh? Why do they look tired and languished? So no Saliba for the Liverpool game, which is disappointing. Usually has most of the Liverpool players in his pocket. Comes home from at night, empties out his pockets, gets his keys, his wallet. Salah, Darwin Núñez puts them on the dresser, goes to bed. If they can find their way out of his house, they can leave. So anyways, let's get into the ratings. I wasn't going to do a ratings. I was just going to rant. But when I looked at the players, they didn't play well. Most of them didn't play well, but some of them did, and those are the guys that I want to really talk about. So we will start at the back like we always do. David Raya, for me, he gets a 6. Came out, claimed goals. The PK that they got. And Bournemouth got 4 shots on net, on target, the whole game, and one of them was a PK. When they were a man up for 60 minutes, or even more, 65, almost 70. I believe Saliba got the red card in the 20th minute or 23rd minute or something like that. For me, a PK, I don't know about that. He was falling down before he saw the goalie come out, got close enough to him and just fell down. Goes to VAR. What do you think? PK upheld, of course. So didn't really do anything wrong, in my opinion. Like I said, came out and claimed some balls that we needed. Made a couple of good saves. Did make an error, a pass out error in the game. All in all, he didn't play that badly. It's not a PK for me, but it happens. So he gets a 6 for me. Starting on the right-hand side, we have Benjamin White, who just came back from injury. Missing Saka. He's missing Saka immensely. Trossard and Ben White, I don't think, have that chemistry to play with each other. So, not Trossard. Who was there? Sterling. So, I mean, just coming off of injury to come in and step in and play like that, and not having played for maybe 2 or 3 actually league games, and just come in and take over like that. Again, didn't do anything wrong. He's getting a 6 from me. Next, we have Gabriel at the back, big, strong, captain the team, big, strong, clearing balls, keeping it ticking at the back. Didn't really make any mistakes. Wasn't at fault for any of the goals. Yeah, so he gets a standard 7 from me. His partner, William Saliba, what can you say? I mean, yeah, it's a 5 performance. He was only on the field for 20, 23 minutes, less than 25, I believe. Maybe the decision-making for that foul was a little bit rash. It was at half field, so you have 40 yards to catch him, and he still has to he has to run with the ball with you on his back, control the ball, and still shoot and score against David Raya. It's a Bournemouth striker. You should take your chances on him not being able to score. But We, maybe the decision making to bring him down there. I know it's a shock to see the ball come back there, and maybe it was just instinct to grab, but he gets a 5 from me. On the other side, Calafiori, very full of running industry, trying to get us that goal, popping up in the middle of the other team's 18-yard box whenever we have the ball, making bent runs around Martinelli. Just full of effort, full of trying, full of belief. Gets a 7 for me as well. So a 6 from the goalie, a 6 from Ben White, a 6 from Gabriel, a 7, Saliba, a 5, Calafiori, a 7. That's not too bad for a game that ended up like that. It's not too bad. Didn't defend that poorly. Moving into the midfield, Declan Rice, full of running actually, trying to drive us forward. I still don't know what his best role is on the team. You'll see it better when Odegaard's back, but I don't know now if they're trying to make him. I know Mourinho was popping up a little bit further up the field to be that creative force or the first midfield to pop up. But full of running, full of energy. Just it wasn't happening in and around the forward area, and lots of loose passing as well, guys. Lots of loose passing. It's not something that I'm used to seeing with an Arsenal team. His partner in crime back there, Thomas Partey, he gets a 7 as well. Made some good out passes, key blocks, key tackles as well in that defensive midfielder role. So he gets a 7 for me. And Mikel Moreno, like this guy, when I watch Real, as soon as we are linked with somebody, I go and I watch highlights on YouTube. If they're playing, I watch. And he looked great. He looked great in the highlights. He looks great for Spain. He looked great for Real Sociedad. But what we have to understand from this player, and I have no doubt that he will come good. Believe me, I'm not putting him down at all. I know he's going to be. I know he is a great player, and he's going to be great for us. There's a lot of players that have started very slow for our club and have become legends. I'm not saying that he will become a legend, but look at Dennis Bergkamp for one. It just seems that he was kind of shocked at the pace. It's not his first playing for Arsenal. I believe he's played in the last 2 games and got his debut against PSG in the Champions League. But the way that teams at the bottom of the league have to work hard. They have to work hard against you. So they're always there. They're always snapping at your heels. They're always there. When you turn with the ball, you don't have that much time. And I know playing with Spain and playing in Spain, there's maybe a couple more seconds that you have to think or to control the ball and actually make a good pass. You have a little bit more time when you're playing in La Liga because it's more of a thinking man's rather than just running around and kicking guys. And for Spain, because you have the ball 95% of the time, and most teams are backing up because they don't want to get ripped apart. But here in this league, you have to be a step faster. You can't replicate that in practice either. So don't get me wrong. In 5, 6, 7 games, this guy's what would we do without him? I'm saying. But for me, he gets the lowest mark. Looked tired. I don't know. Again, away with Spain for the international duty, for international coming off injury as well. He gets a 5. Well, it's not the lowest actually. The lowest is the next guy we have. I don't know if I should even. You know what? I'm not going to do that to him. But this guy, he was awful last night or yesterday afternoon. He was awful. Played excellent. I watched Belgium, Italy, and I think Belgium. I forget who else they played in there. I watched captain the team. He was great. Quick feet, getting shots off, finding the right player. He was great. This game, oh my God, awful. I don't know. And guys, I've played. I get it. You're gonna have games like that. That's fine. I've seen more great games from Trossard than I've seen bad games from Trossard. But at the same time, when I'm praising him and giving him 8s, when he deserves a 4, he's going to get a 4, and you're going to hear why. That back pass to Saliba, rubbish. Really didn't do much going forward as well. I know he was probably being double teamed and things like that. Had opportunities to move the ball a little bit quicker and didn't want to take players on one-on-one. But by the time you get down to the position where you're going to be effective one-on-one, there's 3 guys around you now and you lose the ball. And like I said, him and Calafiori probably don't have the same chemistry as Martinelli and Calafiori. So this guy gets the lowest grade of the day, and that's a 4. It's strange for me to say my guy Havertz, but my guy Havertz up there, I mean, didn't really do anything as well, but he was running around. He was trying. When we went down to 10, he was trying to get to the ball, trying to hold it up, chasing players down, trying to tackle, trying to win. That's the effort I want to see. If it's not working out, still keep giving the effort. I think he's bought into Mikel Arteta's system and philosophy and the way that he wants the team to play. I'm giving him a 6. And unfortunately, this player got subbed off when Saliba got the red card, which I don't know. I was thinking in my mind it should have been Trossard, but when I thought about it a little bit more, I was like, who would be more upset coming off, Trossard or Sterling? Who would have more of a hissy fit coming off the field, Trossard or Sterling? And I think Mikel Arteta said, yeah, if I take off Trossard right now, it's going to hit his confidence. I'm not going to see the best of him for 2 weeks. I need this guy for at least Sunday. I need him to be on. Just leave him on. Take off Sterling. Sterling's here on a loan. Can't really say much. Can be disappointed for sure. Can't really say much though. Trossard wasn't starting for a bit. And this is the whole thing that got him out of Brentford too. Brighton. Wasn't starting, started making noise that he wasn't starting. The coach said, enough's enough. I'm the coach. I'll play you when I want to play you. And the next year he's gone. Next year he's signing for Arsenal. So he has that kind of temperament in it. When he scored that winner against Villa, I believe, no celebration, no facial expression. Saliba has to push him to do his celebration. You want to play, that's great. I get it. Don't want to be on the bench? 100% you don't want to be on the bench. I get it. When you think you can contribute and you're not getting the opportunity, 100% I get it. But I think that's the reason why it was Sterling and not Trossard. Because Sterling was actually running at defenders. He was actually taking people on. Some of our best opportunities came from just deflections off stuff that he was doing in the first half. So, I mean, I feel bad for him to come off. Someone has to come off, but I feel bad for him that it was him because he was actually doing stuff out there, trying to help us. We didn't have Saka, so we have to have someone who's like Saka. And I think if you're not going to start Martinelli, then the closest thing we have to Saka would be Raheem Sterling. So he gets a 6 for me. So that's the starters. I'm not going to talk about Gabriel Jesus. Really didn't do much. Tried to win a penalty in the end. It's okay. Really missing this guy. Hopefully he's available. Hopefully he misses the Champions League game and comes back for the Liverpool game because we're really going to need something to happen at the back. He didn't come on, but some of the substitutions, QER at fault for the PK, gave the ball away. And if Timber's not ready and Thomas Partey has to play right back, I've seen all I need to see of Jakub QER. If they can sell him in the winter, they probably will. I don't think Arteta has too much faith in him. There was nobody else to put on at the back. And that's why I believe he was there. If Tomiyasu was healthy or Timber was healthy, I don't think we would have seen Jakub QER. But he did have a hand in the second goal, and that's I'm not even going to give him – I should give him a rating. He played over 70 minutes, 60, 70 minutes. So I should give him a rating. He's going to get a 5 from me. Not fast enough for this league. I know, and again, he's coming from Serie A, which is kind of like not kind of like La Liga, but the pace is the same as sort of like La Liga, where it is slower, where you do have opportunities to make mistakes and still be able to fix them. In this league, you don't. Guys are going to be flying by you. And he got walked a couple of times yesterday. So I'm going to give him a 5. Martinelli comes on the field. He's going to get a 5 as well. Martinelli came on as well. He's going to get a 5. He had a one-on-one point blank with the goalie and hit the goalie in the arm. And literally, like EA Sports FIFA, you miss an opportunity, 30 seconds later, the ball's in the back of your net. Should have scored. And we were in 10 when we got that opportunity. Again, guys, we were in 10 and we got an opportunity. We should have won the game on that. He scores that goal. We start bringing on defensive reinforcements, and we hold on to that 1-0 lead in 10 away from home. It would have been beautiful to watch, but it's got to score that. It's got to score that. So for that miss, he gets a 5 from me. And the kid Ethan Yanwari came on as well. For me, a 6. Doesn't look scared at all to play in these games. And I don't know, but Mikel Arteta is going to have to find somewhere to start this kid. Should be starting. Let's start him and see what he has. Start him in the Champions League game. Let's see. Can't just leave him for the last. He actually makes things happen. He picks up the ball and runs at you. You need to make a decision now. Am I going to foul him or am I going to let him go by me? Should be starting. He should be starting. We still need to give him an opportunity and see what he can do. But guys, that's an Arteta rating for Arteta. He gets a 6. I'll give him a 7. There's not much he can do with all the games that we have coming up. You have to rotate the squad. This is what he thought was the best. Still should have beat Bournemouth. Didn't. Two bad errors cost us goals. They didn't create anything. We gave them 2 goals. So he gets a 7 from me. What's he supposed to do? And again, a red card in the first half. What can you do? You're playing in 10. He even came out and said it's very difficult to play in 10 in the Premier League. Doesn't matter who you're playing against. It's very difficult. So I'll give him a 7 for having to navigate that. So guys, there's a Champions League game this week. There is Liverpool next Sunday. We'll definitely do a show after that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a show in this week. I got a busy week coming up. So hopefully we'll see you next Sunday. Well, we'll for sure see you next Sunday. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, obviously you can see we're on YouTube. We're on all the popular podcast platforms as well. Spotify, we're on iHeartRadio, we are on Apple Podcasts, we are on Amazon Music. We're everywhere. We're everywhere you get your podcasts from. So guys, subscribe. You can subscribe to us on Instagram and TikTok. If you haven't seen the TikTok clips, go to look for @ClockEndersPod on TikTok and subscribe. It's free, guys. It's free. So guys, with that being said, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next week. Come on, you got it.